Hey guys, welcome to this week's Deer Ready series. It's week 4. We're getting hot and heavy into the deer hunting here. The season is really about halfway through for our archery season in Pennsylvania, and we're just excited to be able to share the week's past happenings, what we've learned, what we took away from it, and what we look forward to in the week ahead. So this week's Deer Ready series is ready to start right now. All right, guys, well, like I said, it's week 4 of the Deer Ready series, and hard to believe that we're almost halfway through the archery season. It's been a tough one for us. We've been putting the grind in as best we possibly can, but everybody's been working, and but we're just enjoying getting out there and having the experiences that we are. Well, hopefully you're enjoying the episodes that we're sharing with you. But let's get right into what's going on. So David has not been able to get out to hunt, neither has Wally. They've both been working really hard, so hopefully soon we'll be seeing David up on some of the episodes once he gets some things settled down with work. Ned and I got out. I'll start with my hunts, and it was really only one evening. Like I said last week, if you watched the Deer Ready series, my goal for the week was to get out Friday after work and hopefully Saturday if the weather held up. Well, the weather didn't hold up. It poured Saturday all day long. It was just not a good day. We had no ground blinds out, and I wasn't going to put a ground blind out just to put one out and educate these deer. You know, it just wasn't worth it. So Friday was a great evening. It was a beautiful evening. We had a north wind, and we had gotten some pictures of deer on the camera that we put by the hollow stand. So that was my goal. David and I both talked about it, and I was going to go to the hollow stand, and I got up into that ladder stand above it with the Predator platform and hung out in the saddle up there. So I was up a little bit higher because if the deer did come through, it was really going to be, you know, close quarters. I didn't want to get busted if I could help it. Shot distance was going to be anywhere from 10 to 20, really 20, 25 yards at most. We had a hollow down below us, which is why we call it the hollow stand. It was Friday the 13th, so we're set up on a cornfield. I mean, it was a perfect scenario for a Halloween movie. But we were hoping something was coming out of that corn. Nothing ever did. I heard a deer blow. Again, another sit in an evening, and I heard a deer blow, but this time it was down behind me, which was to the west of the stand, and we were supposed to have a north wind. When that deer blew, I checked the wind with my puffer, and it was blowing right down into that hollow. So I don't know if it was the thermals that were drawing it down in there. The deer only blew one time, but it didn't really keep going, and it didn't seem as though it spooked them. There was a lot of deer activity in that hollow. There were about 3 or 4 deer running around. I was only catching glimpses of them from time to time. I never really could get them on film, could get the camera on them. So I just kind of sat tight and just tried to watch. There may have been a small buck down there that was chasing, and that is what had these deer moving around and going on the other side of that creek in the hollow from me. But other than that, I really didn't see anything up by the corn like I had hoped. Now, obviously, after I left that evening, later that night, some deer did come through there, but it was well after daylight into the dark. Most of the deer we've been getting on our cameras are nocturnal. But what would I have done differently? You know, I was sitting in that saddle that evening, and I was looking down at that hollow in the bottom. And there are some spots down there where it opens up. I'd like to get down in there, maybe take a look and see if there's a tree that I can get up in with the saddle that still provides me cover, because it's really open when it comes to that down there. I mean, there's thick cover, but once you get above it, you're sticking out like a sore thumb. So I don't want to go down there, stick out like a sore thumb, but if I can get in there and get in a tree, those deer are staying down in that thick. And it may be a place to catch a deer sneaking through, a big buck sneaking through, or chasing a doe. So, you know, as we get into the season, I may venture down that hollow and try to get in. Now, the problem with that is it is tough to get in there because it's so thick. You're going to make a lot of noise. So I really got to figure out what line of travel is going to be the quietest and easiest to slip in there without bumping deer, because they're also bedding down in there. And I think all these deer that I saw were laying down in there when I got there to set up that evening. And you know, when it got time to get going, that's what got them moving and running. I don't think they were too far if they weren't right there. So all in all, it was a fun sit, beautiful evening in October. Just didn't have anything come by to get a shot at. And like I said, Saturday I did not get out, and I've been working since. So let's go to Ned. He's going to share with you his past experience. He did get out the beginning of this week, and he had some pretty cool activities. So let's go hear what Ned has to say about his hunt, and I'll see you when he's done.
All right, folks, welcome to my little deer ready series for the week. Last week you hopefully saw my video where I had some deer and some little miscues. I'm busted. My freaking release just hit my camera arm. Don't look at him, don't look at him, don't look at him, don't look at him. I am so busted. Even laughed at myself on that video. What else happened? Well, I got myself a haircut, finally. And today what I'm doing is I'm uploading my videos to Dennis so he can edit them from yesterday's hunt, which is going to be more laugh. I can't even, you know, it's always something with me. It's either the cameras or me and the cameras. But yesterday in the morning I had 3 bucks within 15 yards. One nice basket 8 inside the ears, a little 7 I think he was, and a little 4-pointer. You know, it was a good time. It was really cool. I think you'll like it. But in the process of them being right on top of me, I got my arrow caught on my camo netting that I have around part of my tree stand, and it caught the arrow when I was looking at the camera, and the next thing I know, right down to the ground. Deer didn't hear it, just sounded like an acorn. They didn't even flinch. Knocked another arrow quick and went about my recording of the deer. And then I went home and went to the doctor's actually, and everything checked out good. And then I went out last night to hunt, and that was just a disaster. I'll just leave it at that. Little arrow problem again with that. My whole quiver fell off my bow when I was up the top of the tree stand. It just went boop, all the way down. Had to get down, go get the whole quiver, go back up. So, hope you find that amusing, because I do. It is what it is. But the rest of the week, my brother's coming up. We're going to go fishing tomorrow and see what Friday's weather looks like. May put him on the camera on Friday morning and then go fishing in the afternoon, but again, that depends on the weather. And then he's probably going to leave Saturday afternoon, but we might go fishing again depending on the weather Saturday. So hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on more of Ned's Adventures.
All right, well, as you heard, Ned's continues to laugh at himself in the tree quite a bit. Just having problems keeping the arrows on the arrow rest on the bow, or even the whole quiver. But Ned has got the activity right now. That killer food plot that we planted really has the deer coming in there. It's slowed down a little bit. The bigger bucks have been more nocturnal, but that day he had a great morning with those 3 buck that came in, all within great distance. You're going to want to watch for that video once we get it done. It's going to be a really exciting hunt. Some cool footage with the Tacticams at different angles, up close and personal with those 3 bucks. So we won't share any more. You guys are just going to have to watch for that video to come out. So what do we got going on? You heard what Ned's doing. His brother's coming in. They're going to be doing some fishing. He might throw Todd behind the camera one evening. But most likely they're going to be fishing, and maybe he'll get out maybe next week to do some hunting on his own. My plan is, so, you know, we're filming this today. It's Wednesday, October the 18th. You know, you're probably watching this the day after. I'm off October 20th, so I'm going to be hunting that day, morning, evening, and then Saturday the plan is to get out and hunt morning and evening as well. They're calling for rain again Saturday, so we're going to see what that is. The wind on Saturday is going to be a north-northwest wind with the rain coming in, so we'll see how hard that rain is going to come down. It's going to be a little breezier and cooler. Friday, it's like a south-southeast wind, a little bit warmer. It doesn't look like we're going to get much rain, so you know, I'm going to try and figure out. I'm either going to head up to the food plot behind our house on the farm. We did catch a big buck go through there yesterday, and some smaller deer starting to come through, so I may go up there in the morning and see if something goes, or I may head over to the land where I had some deer across a creek from me and try to figure that out. The couple things to keep in mind this week right now that we're in, It's not only archery season for deer, it's also archery season for bear, and I do have a bear tag. It's also an inline muzzleloader season through Saturday for bear and antlerless deer. And then starting Thursday through Saturday, Pennsylvania has an early rifle season for antlerless deer for senior and junior hunters. So we're gonna have a lot of activities in Penn's Woods now through the weekend. People should have deer up and moving, so maybe we'll get lucky and we'll be able to let an arrow fly and punch either a doe tag or maybe a big buck will come through during the daylight hours and we'll be able to get a shot at that. We got a helicopter flying over. Sadie's laying over here waiting for me to get done talking to everybody. So guys, we hope you enjoyed the Deer Ready series. We appreciate all your support. Watch for our episodes coming up. We're going to continue to produce them weekly and share them with you as quickly as we can. And hopefully we'll be getting some deer tags punched here really, really soon. Hey, if you're out hunting, let us know how you're doing. Put something down in the comments. Let us know what you like about the Deer Ready series. And if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button to our channel. We appreciate all your support. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you next week on the Deer Ready series.